very different from bacteria because they are multicellular, right? But what is common or what is similar to the treatment in terms of treatment is that they share the same action, okay, or mechanism of action. For example, the first set or the first group of antifungal agents, the polyins, what they do is that they bind to ergosterol, which is a component of the fungal cell membrane. So what it does is that it disrupts the cell membrane. So meaning it prevents it from being repaired, okay, leading to lysis later on. So an example is amphotericin B, okay? So this is a common medication, antifungal medication. And take note, it is given IV because it is not absorbed. It cannot be absorbed by in the gastrointestinal tract. So take note, isa lang naman yan. So amphotericin B is not absorbed by in your GI tract. So it is given IV or it's given topically. So kapag tiningnan mo yung structure nitong amphotericin B, para daw siyang lipids in terms of yun nga, yung kanyang structure. Next is nystatin. Another one under polyin is nystatin. Yan. So this is topical and or oral suspension. Yan. So ito yung kanyang mechanism of action. It binds to ergosterol, which is a component of the cell membrane of fungi, okay, leading to the leakage of ions, leading to lysis or death. So uses, of course, this is for systemic fungal infection. If you remember, ano ba kayo? Second year, no? So wala pa pala kayong mycology. So unfortunately, maganda kasi sana kung may background na kayo in mycology. So kasi meron tayong dalawang klase ng fungal infection. We have yung mga superficial infections. Okay, ibig sabihin yung those infections that affect the skin, the hair, the scalp, the what else? The nails, yan. So mga superficial infections. Now kapag nakarating na yan, so in the usually the lungs, so we categorize that, or even in the nervous system, we categorize that as systemic fungal infection. So this includes Cryptococcus meningitis, so Cryptococcus neoformans, Histoplasma. Okay, so obviously yung Cryptococcus nagkukos siya ng meningitis. Histoplasmosis is usually respiratory. Mucormycosis, so this is usually in the soft tissues. And for candidiasis, this can be oral candidiasis, so it infects the mouth, or it can be sexually transmitted, so it can also infect the genitalia. For nystatin, so this is for superficial candidiasis. By the way, for candidiasis or Candida albicans, this is usually found in their yeast form, so mga yeast yan. And this can be found in patients with diabetes, okay? Mga diabetic patients. Okay, or syempre, as for example, diaper rash, so that means mga newborns, okay? Oral thrush, yan. So oral thrush is yun nga, sa mouth. Yan. Okay, what we should remember about amphotericin B is that it is nephrotoxic. So again, you have to check the BUN creatinine ratio and intake and output, I and O. Pag sinabing intake and output, gaano kadami yung intake or input ng tubig, gaano kadami na inom, or yung mga na deliver via IV transfusion or infusion. And then, i-monitor din natin yung amount of urine that is produced, okay? Or eliminated. Kasi dapat, more or less, hindi nagkakalayo yung value niya, intake and output. So, ibig sabihin, if the production of urine is compromised, that means there is a problem with the kidney, okay? So infusion-related reactions like fever, chills, and hypotension. So ito yung mga possible adverse effects if you are giving this IV by IV. Electrolyte imbalance, okay, for example, hypokalemia or hypomagnesemia. And so those are the effects of amphotericin B. So likely, kaya bakit bumabagsak itong ating electrolytes is because of rapid elimination in the kidneys. Nystatin naman is, of course, local. It's local. So as you can see, this is only for superficial candidiasis, mainly. So it may lead to local irritation. So, yeah. But not necessarily allergy. Next, azole. Okay, so what it does, it targets also the ergosterol. Okay, so which is the syempre pag may sterol, so that means this is a sort of steroid. So this is a steroid in the cell membrane of this fungi. Okay, so it inhibits the production of ergosterol, so meaning it prevents it from being repaired. Okay, so azole inhibits lanosterol 14-alpha dimethylase, which is an enzyme in the liver. So this is an enzyme in the liver. So it blocks, okay, it blocks the production of ergosterol in the fungal cell membrane. So meron din yung meron din ang mismong organism nitong enzyme na ito, okay? So it has this enzyme that allows it to, to metabolize. So these CY450 enzymes are actually metabolic enzymes, okay? So meaning they allow metabolic processes to happen. So yung conversion of different chemicals into another. So types of azoles, we have imidazole and triazoles, okay? So under imidazole, maybe you've heard of this. We have cotrimazole, and ketoconazole, so very common here in the Philippines. Right, so usually for superficial infections, dermatophytosis, so ibig sabihin sa skin, so vaginal candidiasis, seborrheic dermatitis, and dandruff. So yung mga conditions that are targeted by these imidazoles. And for triazoles, they are stronger, okay, more potent than imidazoles, so they are usually for systemic infections. Okay, can be given oral or IV, like fluconazole for candidiasis, cryptococcus, coccidioidomycosis. So yung coccidioidomycosis naman is again another systemic infection. So makikita natin, we have so many different types of fungi. Okay, ang distinction kasi dito is yung kanilang morphology and location. The type of tissue that they usually infect. Okay, or the location where they are found. Okay. Fluconazole. Okay, next is itraconazole. So for Histoplasma capsulatum infection, blastomycosis, onychomycosis. So yan ay mga systemic infections. And then we have voriconazole, so for invasive aspergillosis. Yung aspergillus, usually this is ano tawag dyan? So this is seen in people who are immunocompromised. So this is opportunistic infection. So also for mucormycosis. Mga opportunistic infections usually found in people who have compromised immune system. For example, mga cancer patients who are being treated. And sino pa? Sa mga HIV, advanced HIV patients, mga meron ng AIDS, etc. Okay. So, yan. So, those who have comorbidities that, like, for example, autoimmune diseases, yan. So, they are, especially those who are being treated with mga steroid drugs, because usually, sabi nga natin, kapag gumagamit tayo ng steroid, what it does is that it mask infection. So meaning it actually interferes with the immune system. So next we have clinical uses. So for fluconazole, so as we have mentioned, this is for Cryptococcus. So the important thing is that it should be able to pass through the blood-brain barrier, so it can penetrate the BBB, so allowing for the treatment of meningitis caused by Cryptococcus neoformans. Itong Cryptococcus, we usually diagnose this using India ink preparation. So ibig sabihin, yung CSF, papatakan mo ng India ink. Ink lang yan, ordinary ink. And when you look at it under the microscope, you will find the presence of encapsulated yeast. Okay, makikita mo meron parang halo and then against a white background. So mga circular structures, mga cells. Usually fungi are mga yeast form ng fungi, they are budding. B-U-D-D-I-N-G. So they have these budding forms, mga bilog-bilog lang yan na merong maliliit na nakadikit sa kanila. Smaller cell. Okay, itraconazole, we have mentioned this. So let's go to the next one, adverse effects. So hepatotoxic, so meaning so they can be harmful to the liver. So again, what is the enzyme to be that we should monitor if you want to know if there is any liver disorder, liver problem? So the answer would be ALT or alanine aminotransferase, ALT, otherwise known as SGPT. SGPT meaning serum glutamate pyruvate transaminase. So, yun yung pangalan. Siguro kung hindi nyo madinig yung exact words, ulitin nyo na lang yung sinabi ko. Again, SGPT, serum glutamate pyruvate or pyruvic transaminase. Yun yung isang pangalan ng ALT, alanine aminotransferase. So, it inhibits the enzyme CY450 enzyme. So, you know, this is in the liver. And it may have an interaction to some drugs like warfarin and cyclosporine. You know, so warfarin is a anticoagulant. Cyclosporine is something related to cancer, okay? Cancer treatment. Okay, so there may also be QT prolongation, so indicating that there may be a problem with the normal heart rate. Then for ketoconazole, so this is common. Okay, a common drug. We use this a lot in the Philippines. So it has an anti-androgenic effect. Okay, so ang androgen, the most common androgen natin ay testosterone. So kinokontra daw niya si testosterone. That may lead to gynecomastia, which is the development of the male breast. Hindi naman yung obvious na lumalaki talaga, but there may be some increase in the size of the male breast. Okay, and decreased libido. Okay, so ibig sabihin yung sexual urge may also be affected because of ketoconazole. Next, another one, number 3, antifungal allylamines. So what it does, it inhibits an enzyme called squalene epoxidase. Okay, that leads to the deficiency of ergosterol. So this may be necessary for the production of ergosterol. So without it, there will be no available ergosterol for the cell membrane. Okay, for the cell membrane. So we have the following: terbinafine and naftifine. Okay, so yan yung ating representative drugs. So for terbinafine, so this is the first line of drug for onychomycosis. Okay, that infects the nail. As I've told you, so this is still a superficial, okay, superficial infection. But much deeper because it may already be infecting the inner part of the nails. Okay, and tinea. Okay, pag sinabi natin tinea, so this is ringworm or bony. Okay, maraming klase ng tinea. Okay, for example, even yung dandruff is a tinea. Tinea capitis, so that is dandruff. tinea barbae. So depending on the location, for example, tinea barbae in the beard. So pag may tumutubong mga parang mga bilog-bilog doon sa may scalp nyo, so that is tinea because it's called ringworm. It's not a worm, but they call it ringworm because of the shape of the infection. It's circular. Yan. So ano pa? Tinea pedis. So ito yung sa paa, alipunga, okay? So tinea pedis, tinea corporis, so nasa katawan naman yan, nasa trunk natin. So, halimbawa, nadinig nyo na yung an-an, okay? So that is tinea versicolor. So there are many different types of tinea, and all of them are classified as ringworms, mga ringworms yan, buni in Tagalog. So adverse effects, again, there may be hepatotoxicity. Another is that there may be GI disturbances like nausea and diarrhea, maybe because of irritation. And this taste disturbance, okay, we call it dysgeusia. Yan. So, ibig sabihin, you may be tasting something different instead, okay? Na-alter yung normal taste natin. Number 4, echinocandins or echinocandins. So, they inhibit the beta-glucan synthesis. So, part of the cell wall, which is part of the cell wall of the fungi. So, they inhibit this enzyme that weakens the fungal cell wall. So, madali naman sila ma-identify because they end in fungin, okay? Caspofungin, micafungin, anidula fungin. So, they are used for invasive types of candidiasis. Invasive because alam nyo naman ang candida, dalawang lugar lang naman yan normally, which are the mouth and the vagina. So, if they are found elsewhere, so that is already considered invasive. And then another one is invasive aspergillosis, okay? So, aspergillus is your common bread mold, okay? Bread mold lang yan, okay? But it may be harmful in a way when it becomes invasive. Kailan nagiging invasive? Again, kapag mayroong weakened immune system. Pag mahina yung immune system natin. For example, there is one episode of, I think it's House MD. So, there is this guy na nagba-bodybuilding. Tapos nawalan siya ng, parang na-out of balance siya doon sa binubuhat niya na, while he's doing, ano bang ginagawa niya? Bench press siya. Ibig sabihin, meron siyang buhat-buhat na barbell. Tapos, bumagsak sa mukha niya yung barbell. And, ano nangyari? Napisak yung mukha niya. Ibig sabihin na, ano ba yung pisak sa English? So, totally nadurog yung mukha niya. So, bakit ganon? So, siya pala ay nagtitake ng steroids. Alam niyo naman ng mga bodybuilders, one way to increase the size of their muscles is to take steroids. So he's been taking steroids for a long time that he did not know na nag-weaken na pala yung immune system niya and na-infect na pala yung kanyang yung mga soft tissue ng mukha niya ng aspergillus. Yeah, so that's really very unfortunate. Next, adverse effects. So it may cause a mild histamine release, meaning there may be flushing, rash, or fever. So, ibig sabihin, mild form of allergic reaction. Antifungal agents, still number 5, flucytosine or 5-FC. So, it inhibits DNA and RNA synthesis. So, parang may ganito ding equivalent yung ating antibacterials, no? So, this is used for Cryptococcus, okay, in combination with amphotericin B. So, problem associated with this is that it can cause bone marrow suppression, so which is manifested by leukopenia or thrombocytopenia, and GI disturbances. So, there may be nausea, vomiting, and even diarrhea. Next, griseofulvin. Griseofulvin or griseofulvin. So it inhibits microtubules, the microtubules which are the structural component of your cells, the cells, and it can also affect mitosis, so cell division. So it binds to the tubulin, which is the protein found in microtubules, and it also prevents mitosis. Okay. Right, so it deposits in tissues, making it useful in infection caused by dermatophytes. Ang tawag natin doon sa mga fungi, phytes. Kaya kapag may phyte, parang halaman, ano? So anyway, so kasi nga meron silang characteristic that is very similar to plants. And so meron silang tumutubo pa ilalim, which are like the roots. Okay? So anyway, so like examples of dermatophytes are the tinea, the ringworms, and onychomycosis for the nails. Adverse effects, again, hepatotoxicity, and it induces the CY450 enzyme that reduces the action of warfarin and oral contraceptives. So if the person is taking oral contraceptives, it may be affected. The effect of the estrogens, usually estrogen and progesterones may be lessened, including warfarin. And they may also have this teratogenic effect, so meaning it can cause a problem with the development of the fetus. So anyway, so that is in summary. These are the different drugs, what they do, okay, in case of fungal infection. Isa lang naman, tigisa, it's not that difficult to remember them. So ito yung pinaka-important information that we have included in the lecture for these drugs. Next, anthelmintics. So, nagpaparasitology kayo. So you should be, siguro, this is more like an update to the drugs that you may already know. So these are for worms, okay? Anthelmintic drugs are drugs against worms. So we have benzimidazole, so used for parasitic worms, okay? Like including the following. It includes the following: mga albendazole, mebendazole, thiabendazole, febendazole. So all of them. So there are many different mechanisms that lead to the death of the parasite. Number 2, imidazole, and tetrahydropyrimidines. Okay, so they act as agonists, okay, to the nicotinic acetylcholine receptors, causing spastic paralysis of the worms, like levimazole, and pyrantel pamoate. So ito yung dalawang example under this. Number 2, next, macrocytic lactones. Ito yung ivermectin related. So ivermectin, moxidectin. Okay. So what they do, it activates the glutamate-gated chloride channels, so leading to paralysis of the worms. So kinapaparalyze yung worms. Okay. The tapeworms. We have other DC, diethylcarbamazine for filaria. Salicylanilides like niclosamide, oxyclosanide. So these are used for flatworm infections, mga flukes. Next, for ascaris, okay, we have nitazoxanide. Hindi naman masyado ginagamit yun. Next, we have oxamidiquine for flatworms. Praziquantel, so nadidinig nyo ito madalas, no? So for flatworms, for tapeworms, and schistosomes. Okay, and then we have octadecipeptides. Okay, so they are for GI worms. Monopantel for, okay, nematodes, generally for nematodes. Spiroindos, okay, for nematodes then, and artemisinin for worms in general. Okay, so next, let's have the antiviral agents. So, paano ba nag-ooperate itong mga antiviral agents? As we know, viruses, they are not affected by antibiotics. Okay, and most viral infections are self-limiting. Ibig sabihin, kusang gumagaling ang karamihan sa mga viral infections. That is why it's not really very necessary to treat or to to take antiviral agents. And at the same time, there are available vaccines. Okay, there are available vaccines against common viruses. Okay, anyway, so if we have antiviral agents, what they do, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they attach to the host cells, they release the viral genes and the enzymes into, okay, so ito pala ano, so these are the process of viral replication. So viral replication. So anyway, so viruses are parasitic in a way. They require host cell for them to survive. So, and when they found the host cell, they can multiply. They can make copy of their nucleic acid, and they can multiply. Yeah. So what we need to do, therefore, is to target any of those processes that are related to the multiplication of these viruses. So, ito yung mga mechanisms. Number 1, we can inhibit the production of nucleic acid. The nucleic acid present in viruses is either, so meaning they can only have one, RNA or DNA. Okay, so we have the nucleoside analogs. So they interfere with the replication of the viral genetic material. So nag-interfere daw. So they mimic the natural nucleosides. Pag natandaan niyo yung nucleosides, ito yung, ang nucleotide is made up of a base, the acid, okay, which is yung, ano ba acid natin dyan? And then yung third ay, anong isa? Nakalimutan ko. Anyway, there are 3 components in a nucleotide. Pag tinanggal mo yung phosphate, yun pala, phosphoric acid. Pag tinanggal mo yung phosphate, nucleoside na lang siya. So, ito yung mga nucleotide natin, tandaan nyo naman yung sa ACGUT. So, adenine, cytosine, guanine, thymine, and uracil. No? Again, adenine, cytosine, guanine, thymine, uracil. Okay? So, yan yung ating mga nucleotide. Pag tinanggalan mo daw sila ng phosphate, nagiging, or phosphoric acid, nagiging, ano na sila, nucleoside. Okay? So, we have the following drugs. Okay? We have the following drugs that are used as nucleoside analogs. So they insert themselves in the DNA of these viruses. So acyclovir, common ito. So for herpes and for varicella zoster, varicella. So that is chickenpox, okay? Chickenpox. Ganciclovir for cytomegalovirus. So again, ito naman ay ano to, this is transmitted, tinatawag natin yung kissing. This is kissing. Ibig sabihin you transmit this by direct contact. Okay? Then valganciclovir. So for CMV din, also for CMV. Then number 2, Okay, another one, non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. And what they do is that they bind to the reverse transcriptase. So kapag may reverse transcriptase, automatic yan. This is for HIV infection, okay? Because only HIV has this enzyme, o yung mga tinatawag natin na mga, ano bang classification yan? Yung retroviruses, mga retrovirus, okay? Yung mga retrovirus kasi, they have instead RNA. Pero yung RNA na yan, they convert it into DNA using this reverse transcriptase. And you know, the DNA is necessary. It contains the information, the genetic information, right? So for them to produce the necessary proteins, so we need the DNA first, okay? Then protease inhibitors. Okay, another enzyme that is being inhibited is protease. And under here, we have ritonavir and lopinavir, okay? So it prevents the maturation of the viral proteins, okay, for the formation of the virion, ang tawag natin. The complete viral particle is called the virion, okay? The infective virus, complete virus. Another antivirals are the entry and fusion inhibitors. So these agents block the entry of viruses into the host cells. So without entry, they cannot infect, right? So we have the following examples: enfuvirtide and Maraviroc. Medyo kakaiba yung pangalan. And then another enzyme that is inhibited is called integrase. So prevents the integration of the DNA into the host genome. Okay, so these are examples. Then neuraminidase inhibitors. Okay, so neuraminidase. So they block the release of new viral particles from the infected cells. So the viruses may have multiplied inside the cell, but they cannot be released. So yun yung neuraminidase inhibitors. Then we have polymerase inhibitors. They inhibit the viral RNA-dependent RNA polymerase. So this example is remdesivir for Ebola. Maybe you've heard of remdesivir din for the treatment of COVID, no? Kung natatandaan niyo yung time na nagkaroon ng viral infection si Trump for the first time nung pandemic. So he was very parang sure about the treatment, remdesivir. Anyway, protease inhibitor for COVID. And so they inhibit the protease of the virus that prevents it from multiplicating. Nucleotide analogs. Kanina nucleoside, nito naman nucleotide analogs. So for RNA synthesis prevents the production of RNA. And under here we have sofosbuvir for hepatitis C. Then yung product of technology, we have monoclonal antibodies. If you hear words that drugs that end in MAB, hindi ito masyadong in-expound, but at least you know na meron palang mga ganun. So this is laboratory synthesized drugs. We call them monoclonal antibodies. So we produce them from clones, okay? Mga clones of antibodies. So for RSV, we have palivizumab, okay? Then, of course, we have immunomodulators. Okay, nawala yung example. But this is actually interferon. Maybe you've heard of interferon. So this has an antiviral property. So for hepatitis C. Okay. Ni-edit ko kasi ito kanina. So anyway, so let's go to antiprotozoal agents. Kung may biglang bumalik tayo kasi nilipat ko na yung antiviral sa dulo. Siguro na ulit. Hindi ko pala na-cut, na-paste lang. Okay? Na-copy lang. So, antiprotozoan. So, for protozoan, siyempre, alam naman natin mga protozoans. I'm not sure kung alam nyo na yung mga protozoans. We have malaria, mga amoeba, mga coccidians, ibig sabihin yung mga kamag-anak ng malaria yan. So, mga leishmania, yan. Yan, so ito yung mga gamot natin. So, we have chloroquine for Plasmodium. So, mechanism, it inhibits the polymerase enzyme, heme polymerase, leading to the accumulation of heme in the parasites. So, it can also be used for prophylaxis. So, pag sinabing prophylaxis, this is preventive. So, if you're going to travel in a place that is endemic to malaria, it would be good to have some sort of prophylactic treatment. However, it may you may have these adverse effects like retinopathy, so na problem sa retina of the eyes, GI upset, hemolysis in patients with G6PD deficiencies. We have artemisinin and tesonate and artemether. Okay, ito daw yung nakikita natin sa mga Chinese herbs, mga herbal medicines from China. Okay. However, they may have itong mga toxicities, neurotoxic, GI symptoms for Plasmodium falciparum. Quinidine, okay? Yan. So this is a natural anti-malaria. So obtained from plants. Okay? So interferes with the metabolism of heme parasites. So this is for malaria again, okay? So ang tawag dun sa adverse effects is synchronism, characterized by tinnitus. So syempre pag may tinnitus, dizziness, headache, so likely this is related to ano yan, toxicity related to the ears. Next, tobacco and then Progranil. So this is again for malaria. Okay, it inhibits the mitochondrial electron transport. Okay, and the other one is folate blocker. Primaquine, so it generates reactive oxygen species. Pag sinabing reactive oxygen species, ito yung ozone. So that can be harmful. It can be harmful to the the cells, okay, the protozoans themselves. Okay, good for Plasmodium ovale and vivax. So amoebiasis or giardiasis, so the typical treatment is metronidazole. So maybe have encountered this and tinidazole, but the more common one is metronidazole. So this is they form reactive metabolites that damage the DNA in the protozoans. Okay, so good for most amoeba, but then the only pathogenic amoeba is Entamoeba histolytica. The others can also cause some form of diarrhea, no? So we have Giardiasis, Trichomonas vaginalis infection. Yan. So adverse effects, metallic taste, disulfiram-like reaction with alcohol. So kung nabanggit ko na yung disulfiram, ito yung drug that is used for the treatment of alcoholism. Okay, wherein, ano ba nangyayari dun sa pasyente? Kapag nakatake ng alcohol, so it prevents the formation or it prevents the metabolism of aldehyde to alcohol, to aldehyde to acid. So it remains aldehyde in their aldehyde form. So that means na nagkakaroon ng vomiting. Okay, nagkakaroon ng vomiting. Disulfiram-like reaction. And peripheral neuropathy. So pag sinabing peripheral neuropathy, so ito yung namamanhid usually sa mga natin extremities sa kamay at saka sa paa. Okay, nitazoxamide, we have Saxonide. So it inhibits the pyruvate paradoxine oxidoreductase. So may enzyme lang siyang disrupt that prevents anaerobic metabolism. So this is good for Giardia and Cryptosporidium parvum. Okay, for trypanosoma infections, the cause of sleeping sickness and Chagas, we have the following drugs: suramine, melarsoprol, eflornithine, and nifurtimox. Grabe mga pangalan. Ano. So, anyway, so this is really not common in Asia. This is found in Africa and in South America. So anyway, so what they do is that they either inhibit an enzyme or the metabolism of the parasite. Okay, so like in case of melarsoprol rather, so this is arsenic-based drug. So medyo ano to, we have to be careful about this because arsenic is very toxic, not just to the parasite but also to the one who will be taking the drug. Yan. So, basta tatandaan lang natin, kung may enzyme na inhibit, ano yung enzyme na yon, and what happens kapag na-inhibit yung enzyme na yon. So, like in this case, meron na naman, we have ornithine decarboxylase. And what is this for? This is Trypanosoma cruzi gambiense. Okay, adverse effects, bone marrow suppression, and even hair loss. For the last one, this is Trypanosoma cruzi. Okay, so Chagas infection. Next, number 4, leishmania. Okay, so this is a blood parasite, another blood parasite. So it can also be cutaneous and visceral. Okay, and so it can inhibit the metabolism of the parasites, affecting the ATP synthesis. We have sodium stibogluconate and meglumine antimonate. Next is miltefosine. Kakabulol itong mga pangalan ng mga gamot na to. No? So this disrupt the cell membrane integrity leading to the death of the parasite. Okay, so ibig sabihin nagli-leak. Kapag sinira niya yung cell membrane, magli-leak. Kapag may enzyme siyang ininhibit, yung process ay mape-prevent. Okay? Anyway, so problem with this drug is that it can be teratogenic. So you have to avoid in pregnancy. Pag amphotericin B, we have mentioned this. So this is not just for fungi, but also for some parasites like leishmaniasis. Then Toxoplasma gondii infection, pyrimethamine sulfadiazine. We have mentioned this earlier last time. Okay, pyrimethamine sulfadiazine combinations. But remember, this is can be problematic because it can lead to bone marrow suppression. Spiramycin, okay, so this is classified as a macrolide. So it's a macrolide. Kamag-anak ito ng mga erythromycin, tobramycin. Right? So this is for T. gondii. So next is anti-cancer drugs. So ito naman yung mga parang last na ito. No? So this may be the last part. So we have the alkylating agents. So kaya tinawag na alkylating agents, they add alkyl groups to the DNA. So syempre na-modify na yung DNA. Okay, kapag nagdagdagan natin ng alkyl group yung DNA, ano mangyayari? So nagkakaroon ng cross-linking and breaking of the strand. Okay? So pag ganun, mawawala na ng DNA replication and transcription. So examples are cyclophosphamide and cisplatin. Okay, for many cancers, different cancers, especially lymphoma, leukemia. And cisplatin, this is another common one. So good for testicular, ovarian, and bladder cancers. Anti-metabolites. So ang ginagawa naman nila, so what they do is they interfere with the synthesis of DNA and RNA. Like methotrexate and nabanggit natin si 5-FC kanina ngayon, 5-FU. So fluorouracil. So this is makikita natin derivative of uracil, okay? Or metabolite of uracil. So methotrexate, so it is a folate inhibitor used for leukemia and breast cancer. 5-FU is for colorectal cancer, colon cancer. Next, number 3, mitotic inhibitors. So preventing cell division. So vinblastine, vincristine, common din ito. Especially vincristine is common. So they bind to tubulin. So alam na natin tubule. So that is a protein found in microtubule. So, and this is involved in mitosis. So for mitosis. Then Taxol or Taxol. So also it establishes microtubules, prevents the disassembly. Hindi kikilos ngayon yung mga chromosomes. They are unable to move because they move only through the microtubules. So good for ovarian and breast cancer. Topoisomerase inhibitors. So ini-inhibit niya ang enzyme topoisomerase that prevents DNA replication. So we have the following: toxorubicin and etoposide. And so basta yung mangyayari. So tandaan na lang natin para saan kung meron specific cancer that is mentioned. For example, for etoposide, so this is good for lung and testicular cancer. Number 5, anti-tumor antibiotics. So ano naman ginagawa nila? So they intercalate into the DNA. So meaning they insert themselves in the DNA molecule. So preventing the normal function of the DNA. Ang function naman kasi ng DNA is to replicate, to mummy, and secondly, to initiate the transcription. Okay? Transcription. So ibig sabihin, yung information is being transferred to the RNA. So we have dactinomycin. Okay, so yan. So this is good for Wilms tumor and rhabdomyosarcoma. Rhabdomyosarcoma is like cancer of the jaw. Platinum-based drugs. So they form cross-link in the DNA that leads to apoptosis. Pag sinabing apoptosis, so dito yung cell suicide. Nagsusuicide yung cell. Okay, this is programmed cell death. Programmed cell death. Talagang kusang namamatay yung ating cells. Maybe because of damage, irreversible damage. And under here, we have carboplatin. So this is again similar to cisplatin. Okay. Used for ovarian and lung cancer. Hormones, okay, can also be used to prevent or inhibit the growth of cancer, like tamoxifen and glutamide. So estrogen receptor modulator and antagonist naman yung isa ng androgen. So one is used for breast cancer, the other is used for prostate cancer. And then targeted therapies. Okay. Pag sinabing targeted chemotherapy, we are usually injecting this using catheter. Okay. So they can also target specific molecules. Okay. So we have ang pangalan MAB, kita mo MAB. So ibig sabihin this is molecular antibody, monoclonal antibody. And NIB naman. So pag sinabing NIB naman yan, so yan. So this is cancer therapy. So it inhibits the BCR-ABL. So pag natandaan mo to, this is found in chronic CML or chronic myelogenous leukemia. Pag ito naman si Herceptin naman, this is for HER2. So this is found in breast cancer. So last, immunotherapy. So meron tayo again mga MAB, kasi monoclonal antibodies. Like pembrolizumab, Keytruda, and Yervoy, ipilimumab. Okay? So they inhibit the certain proteins, mga proteins yan. Okay? So used for the treatment of melanoma, okay, and lung cancer, and this one is